As much as we'd all love to, the harsh truth is that many of us don't have the kind of money to put down all at once on a Rolex Submariner. At £7,150, if you're lucky, it's evolved away from being the budget tool watch for the masses to a full-on exclusive luxury purchase. It's hard to believe Rolex used to make a non-chronometer version of the Submariner, so it was even more affordable. Well, let me tell you that you can still get a fine watch for the price the Submariner was 10 years ago. In fact, here are 3 that, combined, cost less than what you'd pay for one today. Watchfinder, the pre-owned watch specialist. Now available in France, Germany, Switzerland, USA and Hong Kong. So we can keep on making great watch videos. I'd really appreciate it if you subscribed to the channel. If you already are, it really does help. Thank you. If you're the kind of person who wears a dinner suit after 6 and can see yourself in your shoes, then you'll appreciate more than most the benefits of a fine dress watch. And what better shape to adorn your wrist at a gala benefit for the well-being of trotty horses than the good old rectangle? It's the bedrock motif of Cartier and Jaeger-LeCoultre, 2 titans of tête-à-tête, and serves a dress watch in the way any good gentleman's manservant should, quiet and well presented. The rectangle is a simple shape, reserved, regal, straight-laced, not at all like the flashy, curvy, flamboyant circle. It won't embarrass you in front of your guests by spilling clumsily out from under its cuff. It is steadfast, time-honoured and ever faithful. It is the bedrock of a gentleman's evening attire and must be given all the consideration of a fine wine. This may all sound like the realms of the social elite, and the Baume Mercier Hampton, which traces its roots all the way back to the brand's founding in 1830, certainly carries an air of old money. It's not quite dead fox draped around an old lady's neck, but it certainly feels like someone should be putting it on your wrist for you. Aside from being the name of a boarding school hamster, the Hampton, with its black ruthenium hands and markers over textured silver dial, polished case that's actually sensibly slender at 9.8mm, and automatic, pleasantly decorated ETA 2895 that will wind very nicely whilst swirling a glass of whiskey, offers every ingredient a gentleman needs in his evening timekeeping companion, and no one will be any the wiser that it only cost you £2,200. But what about those weekend escapades? The rock climbing, the diving, the adventuring. Okay, so maybe getting a sweat on during a bit of light gardening might be the most your weekend watch has to bear, but it's still nice to know there's plenty more left in reserve, so to speak. A rugged, reliable sports watch should be able to take a licking even if you don't quite have the energy in you to administer it, and the Clifton Club is such a watch. With a nautically thematic bronze case and a dial the same colour you wish your grass would grow, this particular Clifton Club at £2,350 gives your collection something a little different than you might otherwise expect. It's the closest here in form to the mighty wallet-punishing Submariner, and although you trade the caliber 3135 for an ETA 2892 and 300 meters water resistance for 100 meters, when you're elbow deep in the topiary fishing out your kids' football, the difference will be meaningless. Then, on those rare occasions when you get to go on holiday, spend the day in the pool turning into a prune, you can carry on wearing it without a care in the world. Which is good, because you probably won't have a care in the world by that point and would have forgotten to take it off anyway. The point is that it's a steadfast, dependable member of the family, and the only one that won't demand anything from you. Wear it, don't wear it, pamper it, abuse it. It's the watch in your collection that's just happy to be there, no matter what. But what about those in-between moments, those days that are neither champagne nor shampooing the dog after he rolled in something smelly? That's your weekday watch, the one you wear to cover off all the bases between a suit and tie and a t-shirt and jeans. Entirely unlike a short-sleeved shirt, your everyday watch gets away with this Jekyll and Hyde split personality because it is somehow both casual and yet also classic, mixing oil and water together with complete disregard for your Year 7 science teacher. It's also the watch you'll wear the most, so although it won't necessarily be the eye candy of your collection, nor the most physically capable, it still has to be special. When you're eating sandwiches every day at work, there can at least be a slice of something interesting in there to stop you losing your mind. For the Clifton Baumatic, that slice is the caliber BM13 1975A, and it's rather special. This is a movement of Baume Mercier's own making, not an Etta or a Solita in sight. And it's got a 5-day power reserve, is chronometer rated, and is protected from magnetism with a silicon escapement, rather than just being an in-house movement alternative for the sake of being in-house. The caliber's also big enough to actually enjoy looking at, rather than being swallowed by its surroundings like a penny dropped on the floor. And the front is just as surprising as the back. The gradient of the lacquered blue dial and the curves of the stainless steel case give the Clifton Baumatic that all-important bipolar ability to look as comfortable on a black croc strap as it would a weather-worn suede. The crosshair splitting the dial into quadrants adds a flair of character without outstaying its welcome. It's textbook smart casual, never looking strained at one extreme nor the other. And at £2,500, your wallet is another thing that won't be feeling the strain. To get a sumptuous dress watch, an exotic diver and an in-house stunner, all for the price of a Submariner with change to spare, is a rather eye-opening ordeal. Whether you choose to buy one, or all three, although you will be without the 5-pointed crown on your wrist, you can still indulge in pretty much every aspect it can offer, in some way or another, without the limitations of only affording one watch for the entire budget. It shows that it pays to look around and do your research, because the default choice isn't always the best for everyone.
Discover more exceptional watches at Watchfinder. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please do consider giving it a like and subscribing to the channel. If there are any watches you'd like to see featured, please let us know in the comments below.